Is it recording? I think it's recording.
Yeah,
Normally, there's this meeting is being recorded, but I didn't hear it. Anyway, so for the listeners, I will have a disclaimer. Now, for this one, we'll probably be talking Taglish kind of conversation. So the reason being, I'm having this disclaimer is I don't know. I just foresee the podcast as kind of being more open to everyone. So if there are people
mhm.
listening who don't understand Filipino, bear with us. But at least you can hear us speak Tagalog. Okay, so for today we are talking with Liz. So Liz is my previous roommate, college friend, and now she is an instructor in the psychology. Is it a department? Department of
Yeah.
Psychology in the College of Social Sciences and Philosophy in UP Diliman. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's all of the introductions that I'm gonna do. So I'll give the ball to you, friend, to maybe introduce yourself. So I gave you this little outline, but let's
Mm.
start from there. Like a little bit of introduction of who you are as a person, um, your visions or goal in life. I know you have like things like that. So just work on what you can share to everyone.
Okay. Vision, like my long-term goals, ganon.
Yeah, career wise. Yep.
Okay, so hello, my name is Liz, Liz Inocencio, Lizette Inocencio. So, I'm currently an instructor in the Department of Psychology, katulad nung na-mention ni Rox, sa UP Diliman. And also currently a master's student. Yung area of specialization or area of interest ko ay clinical psychology. So, also studying in UP Diliman. And long-term plans and vision is to be a psychotherapist in the future while also juggling academic work, no research at saka extension and also teaching. Pero yun, in the future, I would like to also be a psychotherapist. That's why I'm taking a master's.
Is it something that you've known? Even like when did you know that you wanted to be a psychotherapist?
Huh.
Because I remember like back in undergrad, you were
Mm.
telling us that most of your peers are preparing for med school, but it's
Yeah.
very few of you are actually taking up psychology because you want to focus on psychology.
Yeah. Totoo yun. Pero I think also nagbabago na rin yung panahon, and I think also dahil dun sa mental health law, a lot of psychology undergrads are very much interested in taking a path in clinical psychology, which is good kasi sobrang konti lang talaga ng clinical psychologist in the Philippines. And also, sobrang konti lang din ng psychiatrist, like mas konti sila. So, I think I took up psychology with clinical psychology in mind, unlike most of my peers na med or law yung iniisip nila, mas lalo yung med. So, I took up psychology. So, siguro before high school, before taking the UPCAT, I saw myself na as being a therapist in the future.
So it's like high school level, you knew na okay, taking. Why did you take psychology anyway? Was it like yun talaga yung gusto mong gawin or family or what?
Well, bah- bakit nga ba? Um, Parang meron kasi akong friend, dati, churchmate nung nagsisimba pa ako, ngayon hindi na ako nagsisimba. But anyway, that's a different conversation. But, meron akong churchmate na mas matanda sa akin, and taking up psychology, so college na siya nung high school ako. Tapos lagi na siyang nagkukuwento sa akin ng mga bagay na papag-aralan niya, and I was very interested about it. So, nung nag-take ako ng mga college entrance exam, puro psychology talaga yung first choice ko. Puro psychology talaga yung first place ko. Just because, parang nag-process of elimination lang ako na, hindi masyadong interesting para sa akin yung ganitong field.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
psychology seems to fascinate me. So why not take psychology? And then, inisip ko lang, if I don't enjoy it as much as I think I would enjoy it, parang may option naman always to shift out. But I ended up enjoying it. So, all is well.
Yeah. Tapos right after, so moving forward, fast forward to graduation. What did you
Mhm.
do right after you graduate?
Yeah. So, after I graduate, nag-work muna ako as a research assistant in the OST project. So it's a social science project for DOST. And you know this,
Yeah.
roommates tayo nun. At sinasama kita sa mga iba kong
Yeah.
fieldworks. Yun. So, I knew when I graduated that I want to take masters. I just didn't know when. So, nung graduate ako, iniisip ko na ayoko unang mag-dive deep into taking a master's right away kasi gusto ko munang mag-explore kasi naisip ko baka gusto ko lang siya kasi wala akong alam na ibang options, baka magustuhan ko naman yung ibang track. So I was experimenting at that time, and then this opportunity came. So I worked as a research assistant for this project for 1 year, and then nag-work ako as a researcher then, qualitative researcher in a market research company.
Mm-hmm. So, what was the decision-making process like transitioning from so undergrad to the research project to the corpo? I would say corpo life. Accurate ba na ano yun? Corpo life, yung quality researcher.
Yeah, it's
work.
corpo life.
To then moving back to UP as a graduate student and faculty member.
Okay, so decision making. So right after I graduate, yun nga, I wanted to explore muna different paths. Pero at some point in the 3 years na nag-work ako as a research assistant and also I worked as a corporate, parang, ano ba, I became unsatisfied with, not my life in general, but kasi work is a big chunk of my life. Like for a long time, studying and work is just my life. Like
Yeah.
most of my time talaga is dedicated to studying or work. So dahil malaking impact yung nabibigay sa akin ng work, and because I was a bit unsatisfied with work, I wanted to, I think partly my going back to the going back to UP and taking up grad class kasi I didn't envision myself to take up masters kaagad like after 2 years of graduating. I guess partly it was my like desperate attempt to feel passionate about something again, and it worked. So kasi ano ba, hindi ko naman pinagsisisihan na naghanap ako ng alternative paths in the past kasi marami naman akong natutunan dun sa mga bagay na yon. And aside from the skills and competencies na nakuha ko dun sa mga trabaho na yon, and I guess life lessons na nakuha ko, it made me appreciate my work right now more kasi mas na-realize ko na ito talaga yung gusto ko kasi dahil hindi ako masyadong naging satisfied doon sa mga naging trabaho ko in the past. Of course, may mga good days and like good moments and moments that I felt grateful about those work. Pero I was longing for that like being passionate in something.
So
I don't know if that
what
makes
would you
sense.
say is the reason na hindi ka satisfied? What was the source of that? Is it unsatisfaction? Unsatisfaction? Dissatisfaction? Anyway.
Satisfaction. Dun sa first job ko, yung sa research assistant, kasi di mag-isa lang ako dun. I
Yeah.
mean, I had a supervisor, but I was doing field work mag-isa, I was analyzing data mag-isa. Madami akong natutunan in research, both qualitative and quantitative. Madami ako na-experience, madami ako na-explore ng mga lugar na kausap ng mga tao. Pero yung dissatisfaction and satisfaction ko dun sa first job, I just realized na hindi ako fit for working by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kasi I really need the structure. I really need set deadlines. Kasi 1 year siya, pero I had to ako yung nagsiset na, okay, at this point, dapat tapos ko na to, at this point, tapos ko na to. So, yung walang external pressure, pakiramdam ko hindi lang ako fit sa ganung environment. That's why also, I don't think magiging masaya ako or magiging productive ako in doing freelance work. Kasi a lot of my friends also are doing freelance work right now. Kasi sabay-sabay kaming nag-resign dun sa market research job namin. And so, apat kami, yung tatlo nag-freelance work, ako lang yung may full-time work na yun. And I feel like I am not fit for that kind of work, doing a freelance work because of my need for structure, I guess. And yung dissatisfaction naman with market research was, on one hand, sobrang daming natutunan. Like, sobrang fast-paced nung pagkatuto namin because it was a competitive environment. It's a corporate, kasi it's an agency basically. So we
Mm-hmm.
had different clients. And of course, you need to have this, good quality of work for your clients para bumalik sila.
Yeah.
And um, marketing world is very competitive in general kasi these companies are competing against each other, so they need
Yeah.
to
Mm-hmm.
create better products, better services. So ayun, very fast-paced ng mga bagay, napakabilis ng mga turnaround ng mga projects. Siguro one project would may mga projects na 1 week lang yung pag-a-analyze ng data. And again, I think hindi lang ako fit for that kind of very fast-paced
Mm-hmm.
work kasi I want to, spend some time with what
Yeah.
I'm doing and really submit it kapag masaya na ako kasi I really enjoy the process of doing things, especially research things that I'm passionate about or fascinated about. So gusto ko nung moment to just immerse
Yeah.
myself in the
Yeah.
process of doing things. Sobrang, and well, as a person na very overthinker and always, worried about meeting deadlines
Mm-hmm.
on the deadline, submitting work on the right time. Sobrang nakaka-stress sa akin yung ganong klaseng environment and I felt like
Yeah.
hindi ako nag-fit dun sa ganong klaseng environment. So, ayun.
Yeah. I can feel that. I can vouch for that. Knowing you and everything. So I'm just curious. So how did the opportunity of getting a position in academia in the university, how was it introduced to you? Like, mayroon bang pivotal person that you like introduce you to set
The
up the stage or
teaching.
something? Yeah.
Um, so, I guess fast track lang din. Ay, backtrack lang din. Um, nung college yun, I wanted to teach. And katulad nung grad school, I didn't know when. I know that I want to do it at some point. Pero
Mm-hmm.
na-envision ko yung sarili ko na, baka kapag matanda na ako, I will teach kapag marami na akong life experiences. But, so, nung nasa market research pa ako, because I was really stressed and I wanted to create new paths for myself. Nag-apply muna ako sa grad, sa masters ng psych. So naisip ko maybe this is the right time to go back to UP and study again since I really enjoy studying, I really enjoy learning. So nag-apply ako ng grad, ng masters. Tapos I knew na hindi ko siya ma-maintain. Like hindi sustainable na mag-grad class ako sa Quezon City
Yeah.
tapos yung trabaho ko sa
So
Ortigas ng 8:32 hanggang gabi. Like, sobrang grabe talaga. Pag pupunta ako ng Ortigas papuntang UP, grabe yung commute.
yeah,
Yung
hours.
MRT, sobrang haba nung pila. And then yung bus, makikipagbalyahan ka dun sa may Mega Mall. Tapos para kang
Oo.
sardinas. So, sobrang stressful nun. And I didn't want to experience that. So, since I knew that I wanted to go back to UP and study again, masters. I knew that I would need to quit my job eventually. So, nauna yung pagde-decide na, okay, mag-masters ako. Tapos, um, magko-quit ako sa trabaho pero hindi ko pa alam kung saan ako pupunta. So,
Mm-hmm.
inisip ko noon baka mag-apply ako sa iba pang research jobs na sa Quezon City mas malapit para mas madali yung travel or maghahanap ako ng teaching job. So, in-explore ko na baka pwedeng magturo ako sa senior high school kasi may mga social science, madami silang mga social science subjects na I think I can teach or
Mm-hmm.
to other universities. Sobrang wala akong plano to teach in UP kasi I knew that in the past years, they were only accepting yung mga may masters na or at least nagtitesis na. And I
Mm-hmm.
still don't have that at the time.
Yeah.
Like, di pa ako nagsimula ng masters. And then, nakita ko sa Facebook, from the Facebook page nung department that they're hiring. And I was very surprised kasi may nakalagay doon sa qualifications sa masters or bachelors. PhD masters or bachelor's
Ooh.
degree. So, sobrang shocked ako, ganyan. Like, that's my opportunity. Pero, at that time, I didn't feel like applying kasi parang pakiramdam ko hindi ako matatanggap. Like sobrang siguro 80% sure ako na hindi ako matatanggap. So that's one. And then the other one was that parang nung nakita ko siya at mga 2-3 days before the deadline. So parang
Ooh. So
kailangan ko
it's
pang
open to it's open to public, the application.
yeah.
Okay.
So may Facebook page and then there's just a list of qualifications that they're looking for. So I didn't really decided na mag-a-apply ako kasi nga may mga requirements ka pa mapasa. Magsulat ka pa ng letter, you have to procure recommendation letters and all that. But my boyfriend, London, which you also know, which was also your friend, was also teaching at the time sa Triple E
Yep.
naman, really pushed me na, hindi, sige, try mo lang, wala namang mawawala, ganyan. Being a person that he is, who is just really going out there. So, sobrang pinush niya ako na wala namang mawawala, ganyan. So, minessage ko yung isang faculty na nag-share nung post. So, tinatanong ko, hello po sir, nakita ko po yung post. Sabihin niyo po ba pwede pa pong magpasa kahit na beyond the deadline kasi ngayon ko lang po nakita, ganyan. So, in-explain ko. Tapos sabi niya, email ko yung department chair. Tapos in-email ko, tapos in-explain ko yung situation. And then pumayag siya. So, sabi niya, sige, ipasa mo lang, ganyan.
Wow.
So, pinasa ko lang. And then, ayun. And then, things happened. Like, sobrang...
Then you had interviews and all, di ba?
Yeah. So, demo teaching.
Yeah.
Grabe yung demo teaching. Like, 1 week siguro akong kinakabahan. Like,
what did you talk about do sa demo?
I talked about, at the time, I was really passionate about positive psychology. So, it's a perspective, a field in psychology that talks about positive things. Like, kasi, short background on it, although, short background, kasi parang pag inisip mo psychology, you're just thinking about yung mga bagay na negative, psychological disorders, ganyan. So there was a movement to also talk about positive, like happiness, well-being, ganyan. So there's this concept in positive psychology called flow. So it's a term introduced by Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. Sobrang hirap ng spelling ng pangalan niya. But basically, it's a concept na sinasabi niya na yung optimal experience ng mga tao happens in this state, which is called flow, na hindi mo namamalayan yung oras because you're so immersed in your work. So, yun, I talked about flow for 10 minutes. And I was very nervous at that time. Like, I was thinking na, like, inisip ko na shit, inom na lang ako ng alak bago mag-demo. Para lang kumalma yung puso ko. But I did not do that. I was
around what month to? This was 2018, right? Because I remember we were applying for grad school at the same time.
Yeah, that's 2018. What month was that? I think around April or May.
Oh, aga.
Yeah, kasi, April or May. Kasi August yun, diba?
Yeah, August magsa-start. So when did you do the demo teach? Like around June or something?
April or May, then yung demo teaching. Kasi I remember I had the opportunity to attend pa yung TEC, Teacher Effectiveness Training, June yun. So, I think April or May yung application. So, ayun, demo teaching, tas right after that was the interview. And I was so nervous kasi sobrang, here are the people that I've looked up to and now they're interviewing me. Like, sobrang, in my undergrad life, like, these are the people that I really idolized and sobrang nag-fangirl ako sa kanila. Tapos right now, they're asking me about these things, about my life and how I envision myself in this career. So, sobrang nakakatakot talaga yun para sa akin. But I'm glad that I did it.
So, how was the interview like? So, it's like, you went to the office or to psych this one day, you did the demo teaching. How long was that for? Like 10 minutes?
I think the demo is 10 to 15.
10 to 15.
And then right after that, there's a panel. And then they were interview you. Hindi ko na maalala kung gaano katagal yung interview. Around 30 minutes, I would say.
Really? For the interview?
Yeah,
kasi, I remember when I was applying for the lecturer position, I also did the demo teaching. Tapos, yun nga, 10 minutes, what will I talk about? I haven't been teaching Triple E in so long. And then, ganyan-ganyan. So,
did you prepare for it?
Kind of, yeah. I tried recording myself being, oh, I don't want to go in unprepared. But yeah, I just look at, okay, sige, I can talk about this thing. Siguro it's easier, ganyan. So, it went well naman. Pero, yeah, so for your case, what kind of questions did they ask you? Or how would you compare it to the interviews that you had when you were applying for the market research company?
Well, both were very calm, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just really a conversation. Like, I was just really nervous about it because these are the people that I look up to. Pero the interview both for the teaching position, pati na sa market research, it was just like a conversation. I really didn't think that there was this hierarchy, or I didn't think that these are authority figures, because they really just wanted to know if I'm fit for the job. So may mga questions about like my plans, why did I apply, yung mga usual questions in job interviews.
Yeah. So for the faculty one, how did you answer the why did you apply for this job?
Naku, hindi ko na maalala.
Or right now, siguro just
Yeah.
ngayon, reflecting on now, where you are
Mm.
now, why did you apply? Like, from this perspective.
Why did I apply? Why did I wanted to teach? So, nung college, siguro nung mga first years in college, hindi ko naman naisip na magturo. I don't know if nung first year ka naisip mo na, magtuturo ako, ganyan. I don't know if that was something in your mind na in the first place. Pero I remember when I was a freshman, sobrang grabe yung pag-wonder ko about why would graduates of UP go back to UP? Like, can't they apply for high-paying positions? I'm
Yeah.
sure they will be accepted anywhere. So, yun yung mindset ko nung freshie ako. Like, yun lang naisip ko. I didn't understand why people would teach and go back to UP. Tapos, nung mga siguro third year, fourth year in college, saka ko na-realize yung beauty of teaching, I guess. And doon ko na-realize na in the future gusto ko rin magturo kasi it seems like a job that I would enjoy. Like, siguro nami-meet niya yung needs ko for intellectual stimulation because I really like learning and I'm fascinated about psychology. So, I just really, like, sa pagbabasa lang ng mga psychology journal articles and books ko nararamdaman yung, hindi ko alam if you have that, like, academic kilig, ganun.
Yeah, I feel that.
Grabe, like may mga ganun ako moments na, that's so interesting. like, so yun. So, teaching meets my need for intellectual stimulation because basically, I just have the right to nerd out in front of people
Yeah,
in
exactly.
teaching. So, ganun yung nangyayari. So, and also, I think aside from the intellectual stimulation, it also meet my need for having a sense of purpose. And I guess that's also one of the satisfaction I had when I was working in a private sector. Kasi I parang wala lang, personally I can speak for other people, pero wala yung ganong sense of purpose. Parang minsan nagsusulat ako ng reports for the projects that I did thinking na, shucks, parang pinapayaman ko lang yung mga kapitalista by giving them this results. Yeah, they just know how to sell their products more.
Yeah.
So sometimes I would think about that. And teaching, parang yun nga, nami-meet yung sense of purpose na I'm doing something, no, to make a difference no matter how small it is. Like teaching the future generation about the importance of certain things like Scholar in Filipino and doing qualitative research, doing research ethically and with a sense of social relevance in mind. Yun. So I guess it's, and also yung process of like preparing for teaching is something that I enjoy. Nung nag-apply ako, wala akong karanasan sa pagtuturo. So, hindi ko naman talaga alam kung paano siya gawin. Pero since nung undergrad, ang dami nating mga reportings, ganyan.
Yeah.
Na-realize ko na it's something similar to that. So, you have different resources, you have to integrate information, you have to present it in a way that it's interesting, it catches attention, it's coherent. So, that process of organizing information and also making presenting it in a way that is understandable is something that I really enjoy kasi there is an intellectual process to it. There's also a creative process to it, and that is just really something that I enjoy doing. So
yeah, I can totally resonate with that. I actually feel that too. Parang, well, when
mm,
I was an undergrad, like sharing, when I was an undergrad, I
mm,
didn't really think about teaching. Parang I'm not passionate about teaching, but I know that I
yeah.
want to help other people. I want them to
Mm-hmm.
understand like this engineering concepts and all. That's parang going into corpo world. I remember, distinctly remember telling my manager who was interviewing me then when she asked
Mm.
me about my plans, or like what my vision is. Because I know my vision is to be part of biomedical engineering in the Philippines. I told her I'm
Mm-hmm.
passionate about healthcare. Then looking back, like, oh, ang weird pala nung na sinabi ko yun kasi I'm entering this digital
It's a
arm of,
different world.
it's a completely different world. It's parang,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense for me to say na I'm passionate about health. Parang nagbigay lang siya ng idea na you are soon gonna leave us. And this is probably just a stepping stone for us. But they still got accepted me. So it all ended up pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos, yeah, I think, yeah, totoo yun. Like, the experience working for the private sector, it's very, very important. They're very structured, and that's something
Mm,
that
yeah.
that's something that the university needs to, I think, learn on personally. Like how sometimes you become, while we value, or while faculty members value their academic freedom, this
Yeah.
parang being in control of your own time and all. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really interesting that parang, or it's valuable for faculty members to also get industry experience. No?
Yeah, parang I guess that's also one of the things that I had to adjust with kasi in corporate things are really very structured, like sobrang set na talaga yung timelines. You really have to follow it, and I guess less yung bureaucracy, but that would be expected naman yun na grabe yung bureaucracy in any government agency or organization. Pero yeah, I get yung structure talaga. Pag I benefited from that by working in the corporate kasi it helps me, structure my own work as well.
Mm-hmm. So how did you adjust? Like after when you finally started your faculty position, how did you adjust having all the time in your hands? Pretty much, diba?
I didn't have time on my hands. Like, I guess yung biggest adjustment para sa akin, I knew that my first, kasi I applied for a full-time na agad. Yung sa'yo, di ba, you're working for part-time?
Yep.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I worked full-time na agad. So, I knew that I would need to spend time preparing for materials, for slides, thinking of activities, creating exams. But I didn't realize na it would take me a long time to prepare all of those. So, the first sem was honestly very stressful for me. Like, sobrang, wala ako halos pahinga nun. Kasi I had to make everything from scratch, actually. Well, yung mga colleagues ko na nagturo ng mga past subjects, they were very, very helpful and really appreciate how they sent me yung mga syllabus, some readings, some materials that I can use. Pero, since, I guess, my Tonton and I also had conversations about this kasi lagi niya sa akin sinasabi na I take too much time preparing for my slides.
Mm-hmm.
Pero kasi na-discuss namin na sobrang magkaiba nung field. Kasi yung sa inyo, very straightforward. Ito yung formula, ganito mo siya
Yeah.
gagawin, stuff like that. So, wala masyadong room for deviations because it's just really how it is. Whereas sa amin, social sciences, sobrang daming gray areas and daming room for, customizing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, makikita mo talaga yung difference ng pagtuturo dun sa mga iba't ibang profs because they have their own styles, they have their own way of organizing the topics. So because I had that freedom, which I despised nung first sem,
Mm-hmm.
but now I appreciate na dahil nandiyan na siya. Sobrang hirap lang nun para sa akin kasi I needed to do a sem's work of preparing for two subjects, and there was walang clear path that I can take. So it
Mm-hmm.
was just very ambiguous. So it was very difficult for me. Plus it was my first sem also sorting and master. So I really had to adjust for that as well. Kasi nagsimula yung masters. Although 2 subjects lang naman yun, 6 units, but still,
Two subjects na different subjects.
Yeah. So yung tinuro ko 2 subjects na magkaiba, tapos yung master's class ko 2 subjects din. 6 units yung kinuha ko that sem. So, I think may learning curve pa rin kasi ngayon lang ulit ako mag-aaral, so kailangan ko magbasa ng mga readings, and also may klase ka sa gabi. Tapos sobrang dami lang talagang readings sa grad school. So that also
For psych,
sobrang na-overwhelm ako, like, what? Isang topic, isang libro yung nakalagay dito na readings, totoo ba? So, sobrang stressful nung first sem sa akin. And honestly, nahirapan akong mag-adjust. And I guess part of the reason why it took me a long time in preparing like slides and materials for my students was because I also had this mindset, which honestly meron pa rin naman at a certain degree at this point, na I have this mindset na I'm parang swerte lang na nakapasok ako. Like I think na I still think, although to a lesser extent, na I'm not worthy to be here. I'm not worthy to be teaching you all these things. Kasi parang inisip ko lang, dapat, parang you would learn more from other people who have PhD. Parang I have that kind of, like, imposter syndrome kind of thinking about it. So, dahil may ganun akong thinking that I'm not enough, I'm not worthy to be here teaching in one of the most prestigious universities in the country. Sobrang nag-overcompensate ako. Sobrang dami kong binasa just to make sure that I am knowledgeable enough to teach this subject. Kaya sobrang haba nung naging preparation process ko, to the point na sobrang napabayaan ko na rin yung sarili ko nung first sem. But yeah, it was difficult to adjust at that time. Pero
yeah,
since,
how was your load credit back then? Like, di ba, for faculty you have 12 units. So did you have part of your 12 units allocated for grad studies?
No, in my first year, I didn't know about that. So I wasn't able to apply. And sobrang nagigilty lang ako. Like, sobrang irrational thinking to. Na nung first year of teaching, iniisip ko na, naku, first year ko pa lang, tapos mag-ano na kagad ako ng study load credit. Parang gusto ko lang magpakita na I'm willing to take on this load. And kasi inisip ko in my head, kapag kumuha ako ng study load unit, someone else would have to take on yung teaching. Do you get it? Parang, di ba, kung wari, kasi nung first sem, so, nagturo ako ng research subject, so 5 units yon. Tapos may 3 unit theory class na 2 classes, so 6 units, so 11 units in
11
total.
units na teaching load?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, no, that's a lot.
And
then you were preparing the slides for all classes?
Yeah. So, yes, for all classes. Two classes, 2 subjects lang naman yun. So, 118 saka 108. But that's a lot in pag first sem.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. So yun, pero nung second year, nag-apply na ako ng study load credit. Like, ngayon, second year ko pa rin naman.
Oo nga, right. Yeah, we can probably talk about like teaching, I don't know, management strategies in another topic.
Yeah.
Interesting yan eh. I'm interested to learn more about how faculty members from other departments prepare your slides and all. Because I have this elective class that we offered sa EEE during the last semester. It was the first, actually, so I just pitched it to our director that I wanted to teach this ethics class for biomedical engineering that I learned from my graduate studies. And so that was offered. Tapos, I had to prepare as well all the slides. And it's super difficult. Medyo na-save lang ako hindi ko siya natapos lahat, like, until the very end, because I was preparing it before I prepared the syllabus before the semester.
Yeah.
But the actual lecture, I was preparing a few weeks before the actual lecture time.
Yeah, same.
If that makes sense. Yeah. So, parang hindi ko siya natapos kasi nag-lockdown for the quarantine.
Oh, right.
So,
right.
But, okay, if I will be teaching this next semester, at least I have the first half settled, then just working on the next ones. So yeah, maybe another conversation. That's an interesting one. And you also mentioned how different it is. Pag na-invite ko na si Tonton, I haven't told him that I will invite him. So
Really?
Tonton, I will invite you soon. Yeah, it's interesting yung differences ng lectures or how we conduct classes in
Yeah.
social sciences and
Mm.
engineering. Yeah, that's
Mm.
very very interesting. So now let's try to talk about faculty life na like like the faculty grind. I call it parang faculty grind, like you just doing the
Bakit
work.
grind?
I don't know, it's like you're just doing kasi I don't know, are you how do you manage your time as a faculty member right now?
During the pandemic or before? Kasi it's totally
Uh,
different right now.
it's a different universe. Siguro nung normal life,
How do
the
I
old
manage?
normal.
Yeah, so nung wala pang pandemic, like I would just really work every day. Is that like I will just work every day. Kasi may classes in the past 3 semesters. Nung first sem lang yung deviation na umaga yung classes ko. Pero in the past three semesters, my classes are after lunch. So afternoon yung grad classes ko. Na pag sinasabi ko yung reason ko na weirdohan yung mga tao, like nag-take ako kasi
Wait,
we have
afternoon is you're the student or you're the teacher?
I'm a teacher
Ay, okay.
afternoon. Kasi I'm very fortunate that the department asks us about the subjects that we want to teach and also
Mhm.
the time that we prefer. So, ako yung talaga yung namili noong afternoon. At kapag tinanong ako ng mga co-faculties ko, like, bakit afternoon? Like, sinasabi ko, I want afternoon classes because I'm a morning person. And they were like,
Yeah.
oh! Kasi parang nung first sem na umaga yung classes ko, wala na ako nagagawa sa hapon. Kasi
Mhm.
sobrang patay yung utak ko kapag hapon. Like, siesta, the siesta time. Sobrang
Yeah.
di siya nag-function. So, now that my classes that I teach are in the afternoon, I can do a lot of things in the morning. So, yung morning ko, I usually devote it to kasi up until now, kahit na I've been teaching the same subjects, I'm still revising slides. Which Tonton, again, is saying na, bakit ka nag-revise ng slide? Nag-work naman in the last time. But again, there's this thought in my head that this is not enough. Ganyan. So I still keep revising my slides up until this point. So yung morning, I dedicate it for revising slides, checking, answering emails, tas yung hapon yung classes. Tapos noon, sa gabi yung grad school.
Oh my.
And then, sometimes yung mga umaga ko rin are dedicated to studying for grad school. Pero most of the time, yung weekends yung mas dedicated for studying grad school. And then sa mga gabi na wala akong grad classes, I also dedicated to checking. Kasi yung isa kong subject na dituro, which is a research course, sobrang dami talagang checkan para doon. Like, grabe, sobrang dami. So, madami akong time na dedicated for checking doon.
How do you check yung mga research courses? Do you do like one-on-one with students? Kasi you would have different feedback for everyone, di ba?
Yeah, because they have different research. Yung 118 naman is a group project, thankfully. So, kapag may mga pag may mga submission sila, I just put a very concrete and elaborate comment. That's why it also takes a long time for me to check kasi sobrang detailed ng mga comments ko. And sometimes, meron kaming mga consultations for things na pakiramdam ko sobrang crucial talaga. Pero yung mga exercises beforehand, kapag pinaplano pa lang nila yung research design nila, mas back and forth lang yon email, ganyan, dun sa mga sinabit nila. Pero dun sa, when they're already working towards their final project, yung nag-field work na sila, meron kaming mga face-to-face consultations talaga na kamusta yung interview, what can we do to improve the interview, and also in analyzing the data kasi it's qualitative, it's very walang like one way of doing it. It's very ambiguous.
Yeah.
So we have that sit down meeting for those.
How did you adjust nung nag-pandemic with coordinate? Did you still have to coordinate with them? Or like, oh, pass, everyone?
No! No to mass. Nako, baka atakihin ako ng mga tao. Charot. Well, kasi, di ba there was this time na suspended yung classes. Ay, lockdown pa rin, pero hindi pa suspended yung classes.
Mm-hmm.
Parang there was this 1 week na ganon.
Yeah.
So in my head, I was really preparing for that na nakagawa na ako ng adjusted way of doing that. And my mindset was that, ano yung paraan by which we can mimic the classroom setup. So yung inisip ko video lectures and we would have like group kasi may mga group discussions din. So, group discussions, pero online. Like, may mga chat groups sila. So, yun yung before the suspension, and we still didn't have enough information on how this pandemic has been affecting everyone. And then, nagkaroon ng class suspension. So, at that time, hindi ko muna sila kinulit kasi suspension ng classes. Pero nung medyo pa hupa na yung class suspension, syempre I had to prepare na on how we can adjust the SEM. So, I contacted my students, nagtanong ako ng survey, how do you want to, parang I just presented options on how they wanted the SEM to progress. And then, ayun, I just prepared for what, base doon sa results ng survey. So, for yung theory class ko, yung 108, Psikolohiyang Pilipino, since theory class siya, hindi siya prereq ng kahit na ano, mas may flexibility kami. So, nag-upload na lang ako ng learning materials and then meron na lang mga exercises na bonus para dun sa mga gustong bumawi in case di sila masaya sa pre-pandemic grades nila. Pero dun sa 118, since it's a research course, na sobrang, kapag hindi nila alam yon, mahirapan talaga sila sa mga higher psych subjects nila na may mga research din. And thankfully, yung nanalo naman dun sa survey ay they still want to submit additional requirements. So, I just gave them an option of anong mga requirements yung pwede nilang ma-submit para lang medyo ma-augment yung course objectives din namin. So, right now, I'm just really waiting for them to submit so that I can check. But I already gave them the materials for 118 kasi I also created video lectures kasi nga it's a skill It's a skill. So I really had to demonstrate how do you do thematic analysis, how do you analyze data. So sabi ko lang, ito yung mga materials, you can learn it at your own pace. Tapos I'll just wait for the submissions.
So may YouTube channel ka na rin?
Ako!
Subscribe ako.
I don't wanna. Ayoko nga mapanood yun ng mga tao except for my students.
So, naka-unlisted siya?
Ha?
Unlisted mo ba siya in-upload?
You can do that?
Yeah, you can do that. It's unlisted, so that means that only the people who have the access to the link can see it, so it's not searchable.
Oh, I will do that!
Yeah. So, yan. Yeah, so meron ganong feature for channels if you don't want it to be public. But I don't know, feeling ko if I get to teach, if I have more time to prepare for teaching, I would actually be happy to post videos. So actually, this is a good exercise for others' consumption. And also, I don't know, if the lecture doesn't contain anything confidential to the institute, I think it will be useful, at least for the students. Because one thing that I saw in the States is how people are very open about sharing knowledge, and it actually stimulates the students' thinking as well. Well, I don't know if everyone enjoys intellectual stimulation. We like that. I really like talking to people about things like that. But I know others are, it's like they see it as something na dagdag work or not fun at all. But I guess that's one thing that's different. I don't know if all faculty members think that way, but I don't know.
Like sharing
information. Yeah, because other people ask questions na paulit-ulit, and sometimes maybe it will help if someone else who was afraid of asking or doesn't realize that this is a question would benefit from, I don't know, lectures like that. Because for example, I subscribe to Tonton's YouTube. Because there was this time, I'm in YouTube a lot. Like I watch a lot of vlogs and all that.
Same. That's been my coping mechanism in this pandemic. It's been consuming my time.
I don't know what month was that I checked my subscription notifications daily. That's my time that Tonton just uploaded a new video, and I ended up watching.
Really?
I think it was EEE, not sure if what subject, electromagnetics ata, or basta EEE subject that he's teaching. And I ended up just sitting down for like 50 minutes watching the lecture, and I don't even need to
know that.
to read that, to know that, diba? So, yeah, and it's just fun, I guess, for other people. For me, at least.
I'm really pro in sharing like learning materials to the public. Like, sobrang pro ako doon. Like, ayoko lang maging public yung videos ko because I'm just too self-conscious. Like, I
Mhm.
think it's more of a personal issue for me. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, people will hear my voice and see
And,
my face.
yeah, and that's also one of the dangers, I guess, of everything being accessible, social
Mm-hmm.
media, internet, that can't really please everyone. Other people might have different opinion or might notice flaws that we are not comfortable. Yeah, another topic, another conversation. Pero yeah, since it's been like 45 minutes since we started talking, I didn't even notice.
Oh.
Diba? It's like maybe we can start wrapping up with a
Mm.
reflection sort of.
Mhm.
So originally, diba, I pitched the podcast, the title of this episode. Pili ko i-revise ko siya ng slight.
Oh,
So maybe
go
we
ahead.
can, I'd like to hear your reflection on faculty life so far. Just reflect on your journey. What do you think? What do you enjoy the most about
Mhm.
your current work and all that?
Yeah. So, what do I enjoy? Like, I just really, hindi ko- I just really enjoy. I wouldn't say everything about it, kasi um since alam ko na this is something that I'm passionate about, like teaching. Sobrang na-enjoy ko yung mga bagay na na-envision ko na ma-enjoy ko naman, like yung intellectual simulation, the creativity process of just designing your own class. I really enjoy
Mm-hmm.
that. Kasi before the start of the SEM, talagang pinag-isipan ko yung syllabus and yung mga activities, how do I make this more enjoyable, and also gusto talagang maintindihan yung mga students. So, I really enjoy the creative process involved in teaching. Um, I also enjoy learning students' insights. Like, we're very blessed that we have really brilliant students. At sobrang nag-enjoy ko yung mga discussions namin, them asking questions, and yeah, I enjoy learning from my students as well. I also enjoy the fact that I I just really have a sense of I just feel a sense of community in UP. Like, hindi na 'to connected to teaching per se, pero nung
Yeah.
nagkaroon ng lockdown, I was I was a bit anxious na, "Shucks, may possibility ba na hindi tayo magkasuweldo?" Ganyan.
Mm-hmm.
Dahil wala tayo sa university mismo. And parang sobrang kaagad na-dispel yung worry na yun kasi I just really trust na hindi ako pababayaan ng UP. So
Mm-hmm.
that trust that I have with UP that I don't have with the government is just really very comforting and reassuring, and um yeah, it's really enjoying to be in a career that you're really passionate about. Like, kahit hindi lang yung teaching but also doing research. Although wala pa ako research ngayon, but the idea of doing
Yeah.
research and extension work, yun. Although I also want to dispel that common misconception, kasi I really hear a lot of young people, I hear students saying na if you're passionate about your job, you wouldn't work a single day. Like, they
Yeah.
always say that,
That's
and
not
that's
true.
not true. Like, even if you're really passionate about your job, there will just be days that you're just so fucking tired. Like, it's
Yeah.
just so stressful. Like, this is just
Yeah.
impossible. Ang dami kailangan gawin. So there will always be bad days. There will always be stressful days, no matter how passionate you are with that job. Pero yung passion mo will just keep you going. And
Yeah.
like, kasi parang compared to a job that I was not passionate about, comparing it to now to a job that I'm passionate about, like yung dati, mas, kapag na-stress ako, mas helplessness yung nafe-feel ko. Like,
Mm-hmm.
ayoko na gawin to kasi para saan ba to?
Yeah.
Whereas ngayon, na kapag na-stress ka, wala yung wala yung ganong klaseng helplessness. Mas, parang yung nagiging mindset ko ay, this is a challenge that I need to overcome. So even if it's stressful, your passion still fuels you. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't cause you distress. It's still stressful. Ayun, so yun yung mga bagay na na-enjoy ko in teaching right now.
In addition dun sa passion mindset,
Mm.
maybe people can reframe it to, instead of finding your passion, finding your purpose. Because if it and if they say that if you have found your passion, you will never work a single day or something. But if you know what your purpose is, you understand, or people understand that finding your purpose or your passion doesn't mean that you will always it will always be fun. Kasi if everything is fun,
Mm.
edi sana we're just playing the entire time, diba? Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's what's fulfilling, and as long as you have a fulfilling work, no matter how difficult it is, if you still parang still other people would work overtime for long hours really, but
Yeah.
that's okay with them because they know that they're helping, like they're
Getting fulfillment.
fulfilling, they're
Yeah.
getting fulfillment in the end.
Yeah. And also in addition to that, I guess yung one of the things that I enjoy in teaching is really just the continuous learning talaga na nangyayari. Like since um yeah, learning never ends when you're teaching. Kahit na paulit-ulit yung subjects na tinuturo ko, there will always be something new na matutunan ko either from learning additional references or learning old references but with a different mindset.
Yeah. Ha-
Like learning the same text but you have a different lens right now. So there will always be something new, and also there will always be something new because you're teaching new students.
yeah, so meeting new people, learning
Yeah.
about their stories and all that. So, moving to like retrospective, is there anything, if you're to look back, is there anything that you would want to do differently? Or yeah, how do you feel about the decision that you made in the past?
Well, in terms of like behavior, like action, I wouldn't do anything differently. But I guess when it comes to mindset, I would. Kasi if I'm going to look back, I guess yung babaguhin ko is just I I just be kinder to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, kasi parang I was really so harsh with myself na I had this mindset na parang sobrang pine-pressure ko yung sarili ko na kapag nagkamali ako sa mga maliliit na bagay, like I always see myself as a failure na, or parang
Mm-hmm.
wrong decisions will lead to a catastrophe. Like ganon. So parang in my head bawal ako magkamali. Pero and I just really didn't have that patience with myself, and I didn't realize na 20s is just really a time where you figure yourself out. Yeah, like you
Yeah.
figure stuff out. Na it's okay if you still don't know what you want to do in the future. It's okay if you're still exploring. It's okay if you ended up in a job that you didn't like. Kasi madami ka pa naman ding matutunan. So, I guess yun ang babaguhin ko. I'll be kinder to myself, and one of the sources of stress din kasi when I was during the first year of teaching, and to a certain extent right now, was that yun nga, going back to that imposter syndrome kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing, yung nagiging automatic thought ko when it comes to that was that I'm comparing myself to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Parang isip ko, ay, ayan, kung siguro si ma'am ganito yung magtuturo nito, or si sir ganito yung magtuturo nito, mas matututo yung mga students ko. Like,
Uh,
I'm always comparing myself to other people, and that has really caused a lot of stress to me. So I think that I would change that. Just being more kind and telling myself na I shouldn't compare my beginning to, like, matagal na sila nagtuturo. They have their
mm-hmm.
masters, they have their PhD, and I'm just really starting as an
Starting, yep.
instructor. I haven't really finished my masters. So it's really okay to not know all of the things to teach this particular subject. So yun, just be a little less harsh to myself.
Be
Yeah.
patient. Yeah. Be
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah.
Interesting coming from a psych person. Alam, parang di ba
Bakit
psychology study,
naman?
kasi it's psychology, di ba, study of, I don't know, study of what ba siya? Humans? Like behavior? Or,
It's a study of affect, behavior, and cognition.
di ba?
Yun yung basic
So,
dictionary, ano niya.
yeah, so I think we can stop it here and then talk about another topic next time. I'm gonna stop the
Yeah.
recording. Thanks, friend, for accepting my invite.
Yeah, sure.
Bye.
Thank you for the invite. Bye-bye.